Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome. So hopefully everybody here has already watched the reveal. I have not yet had my opportunity to get into this yet because I was working all day today, but I'm here now and I've been pretty much just burying my excitement for this all day, which was pretty much the only thing I could do to actually get through it because we have been waiting for Inazuma for, well, pretty much since the game released in September, so it's been a little while. This is a big deal, so I'm really looking forward to getting into this, but let's take a quick look and see who's in the chat already. Hey, James Voff, how's it going? Welcome. That dude, Fireworks, welcome. Pineapples. A lot of familiar faces, a lot of familiar names. Scottermosh, how's it going? Welcome back. Aether, how's it going? Okay. Well, I'm not going to delay this. I am really excited to get into this, and it's definitely time to begin to dive into this. So, I know, right? Hey, it's normal voice, TH, not robotic voice. I'm pretty sure I figured out what was causing that during the last stream, and due to that horrible troubleshooting experience that I had, I don't think we're going to be experiencing that again. We'll see. Anyways, so let's get this going and not delay anymore. If you guys are not able to hear this or anything, please let me know, and I will see if I can work that out. Okay, this is a nice version of the main theme. This is a really nice version of this. Oh no, I'm not gonna unsee that. Somebody said Asian Musk, let's go. He does look like Elon Musk. Oh man, I can't unsee it now. Thank you for ruining that for me. Wallpaper I got on the left monitor. Oh, you're talking about the one from my last video. Yeah, I can see if I can share that towards the end of the stream. Probably what I can do is just upload it to my Discord and you can just pull it up there. As nice as this version of this is, I'm also noticing there's a lot of interesting stuff in the background here too. Let me see if I can adjust that. Alright, so let me know if that's a little bit better for volume balancing. I imagine that should be a lot better. Yeah, I imagine that should be a lot better. Oh, I'm definitely going to have to record this for use in a video or something. This is a really nice version of this. Yeah, for sure, guys. Yeah, sorry that the volume was messed up there. It's a little bit hard for me to monitor all of that and also have everything balanced on the side without feedback from you also. Thank you.
非常感谢陈志毅老师来到今天的节目现场，为我们带来了精彩的演奏。各位旅行者，大家好，我是你们的老朋友大伟哥。今天的新版本特别节目将由我来担任主持人。不知道大家在 1.6 版本的海岛玩得开心吗？一直以来，为了能够给旅行者在游玩提瓦特的过程中一直能有新鲜有趣的体验，原神项目组的每一位创作者都在制作的过程中不断的创新，精雕细琢，对游戏的每一个版本进行反复的研究与多次的迭代。我们希望全球的旅行者都能够在提瓦特大陆这个奇妙的幻想世界中收获非常多的乐趣。而今天，在经历了充分的准备后，我非常高兴地向大家宣布，接下来《原神》即将进入全新的
So this was a major point of contest over the last couple of weeks as to whether or not they would be going with version 2.0 or not for the Inazuma release. So that's pretty cool. They did decide to go ahead and jump over to 2.0.
跟随着 2.0 版本的 PV 不动明神炮影断灭，来快速了解一下新的地区与故事吧。
New trailer. All right, let's do this. I am definitely ready.
Mondstadt is the city of freedom, and Liyue is the city of contracts. As for Inazuma, it's known as the Nation of Eternity.
The almighty Shogun, focused exclusively on her single goal of implementing eternity.
Oh,
I
yes.
know of a way to introduce you to the Raiden Shogun. But before that, there is one other place I was hoping you both would accompany me to.
The statue looks great.
When a person's ambition reaches a certain strength, the gods look upon them with favor. In other words, a person's vision represents their ambition.
Okay, they're going ahead and just revealing some of the other characters. Oh, I like it. A little hint of Electro.
Right? I see. That reminds me. It seems that his vision was recently confiscated.
It's just like that feeling of emptiness. The feeling that something is...
New domains.
For to be stripped of one's vision is to be stripped of one's ambition. As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament, it does nothing to prevent his descent into the depths.
That voice sounds kind of a lot like Mona with a little less characterization in it. Oh, interesting. New assistant mage of some kind, maybe?
So,
oh, Miko.
Intuition was correct. The wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores.
Oh, this new domain's awesome looking. Oh, new house updates.
Perhaps
I like it.
in the eyes of a deity such as the almighty Shogun, the lives of those who inhabit the world are inconsequential. At present in Inazuma, in the name of the Vision Hunt Decree, the people's aspirations are being senselessly trampled underfoot. Thus, we cannot remain indifferent to this situation without also remaining indifferent to our own fate. Now, it is time for me to honor my word.
Well, that was a really cool transition from that animation they showed us of Ayaka all the way back at the story trailer in September.
Do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt Decree is tantamount to challenging a deity. When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka and look for a fireworks shop run by the Naganohara family. There, you will find someone who can help you.
Oh, nice.
Introduce myself. A festive reprise! I'm Yoimiya. Great to meet ya.
I like her animations. Very agile. Good stuff.
At your disposal.
Sight. Okay. I was wondering how we say that.
In addition to us, there is also the resistance on Watatsumi Island. Many who have lost or fear losing their visions have rallied together under Sango no Miya on Watatsumi Island to form a resistance group.
Remove all threats to eternity! By order of the Almighty Almighty Shogun!
Oh, a new Electro Archer.
Clan of the Tenryo Commission. She's also a general in the Shogun's army.
The resistance never betrays its own.
A ceremony, you say?
Oh, this is so
Why
hype.
would such a task be left to the Tenryo Commission?
The wait is over, my comrades!
New Hydro Catalyst? Yes. Oh.
You will be inlaid upon this statue.
Okay. That was sweet. Oh yeah. Oh yes. That was awesome. Oh hey, cool. Codes. I need to tab off and make sure I get that entered in really quick. So that looks amazing. All of that is insanely exciting for sure. I don't even know where to start talking about all of that. Okay, I'm gonna just go straight to Bao. It almost makes me wish I had waited a day on releasing the video that I released this morning, because that cutscene, or just like right at the end, that actually revealed Bao was really awesome. And it looks like it could be like a moment right before she uses the Misono Hitotachi, like right before Divine Punishment. She like literally like pulled it out of her body, which was really interesting. That was really cool. All right, so I got the first code punched in. I don't know how long. Okay, cool. I like this set that they have for it.
看完了我们的全新 PV， 大家感觉如何呢？在正式介绍
Right, that new trailer was definitely awesome. I'm going to be watching that again.
这是一支非常年轻，在上海土生土长的国产团队。几年来，我们有幸聚拢了许多有想法、有执行力的同学，得以将大家的所见所学凝聚在《原神》这部作品中。在今天这样一个特殊场合，我特别邀请到了这支团队中的几位成员来到我们的节目现场。
They've definitely rolled out all the big guns for this. Like they built a very elaborate set just to stand and talk about the version, which is something that they didn't have to do. They very easily could have prepared another like little animated thing with the voice actors, which is also great. But they definitely put some money down on creating this background and everything. That's really cool. As a crafter myself, somebody who's done a lot of cosplay work, and this is it's appreciated to see them actually bring some of this stuff to life.
朋友们分享过的话题开始讲起，那就是作为一个拥有数百名成员的制作团队，我们原神项目组是如何持续平稳的为玩家们提供
consistently deliver exciting content.
那我就从设计师的角度来先谈一谈我自己的感受。
Did a lot of games that were online in nature over the years, and this one, more so than many, has had rapid fire updates compared to pretty much every game that I've ever played. Now that might be mostly because I play, largely a lot of MMOs outside of this game, and those do tend to have a slower dev process. But I also don't think they usually have teams this large either.
但实际上呢，以上这种流水化的生产线其实是不太利于游戏进行创新的。对。
Yeah, that makes sense. This comment about being fast doesn't help game innovation. Yeah, that makes sense. You don't get to think things out quite as well if you're rushed. I don't know what that's like at all.
并制作出有趣的内容这一点上的。对。那在原神，我们团队中的每一个人其实都是创意的来源。
Oh, this is definitely not a fully rendered scene. It doesn't look like.
相互的一个理解与协作，团队的工作它当然自然有上下游的分别，但在决定创作某一内容的时候，从设计之初，我们就会把所有制作环节上涉及到的同学们都聚在一起，进行沟通讨论。能切实的做到这一点啊，其实不太容易。那能做到它，主要是靠着两个天然的优势。首先，我们团队成员的交流频率和效率都是非常高的。
It's kind of neat to see, this is a little bit of like behind the scenes work on what they're doing to progress the game. Now they've given us some little insight into this over on the forums from time to time. This is a little bit closer. Now you can see they're doing some research. Hey, they've got
比如说需要远程外包和监
They
督
had one of these in
的问
there.
题从而导致一个意见从产生到
I
反
like
馈
it.
的过程需要很长的时间。那在原神的项目组内，只要大家有任何想法，其实都可以直接找到对应的同学，或者在需要多人讨论的时候呢，很方便的就能把大家都聚在一起，当面的去讲清楚。那有了结论就可以立刻返回工作岗位。
Yeah, if they had English speakers, I apparently can't talk. If they had English, like an actual voiceover on this, it might have been a little bit smoother, I think, for those of us outside of China. But this is fine so long as we have the the caption. Like I can work with this. It's a nice little showcase of Seiyu with some of the Inazuma enemies.
另外一条原则就是说到做到。这其实是一种职业素养，我们以此去不断的挑战自己的能力极限。举一个具体的例子，比如 1.1 版本。我们设计了一位新角色叫达达利亚。
公子。
Yeah, I mean you're absolutely right. Like we do have to show love to miHoYo for bringing updates every 6 weeks. That's huge. It's really hard for any company, especially online games, to produce at this pace and to produce high quality content. We're getting new characters, like large story upgrades every 6 weeks. That's substantial.
他们会想去尝试新的材质跟 shader，那能够表现出呢，像水体质感这样的刀光，包括像流动的破碎的披风这样的一个表现效果。
Yeah, I love some of those little details that they're talking about there, especially on Eula's cape. Some of the extra details that they have on hers is awesome.
编写一套完全为达达利亚专用的这个技能脚本和状态管理的逻辑。那为了达成这样一个目标，其实程序也为这个角色去重构了非常多的底层的功能点啊。就当时我们其实比较头疼的就是像为什么达达利亚的披风又坏了为什么达达利亚的刀又粘在手上了？对，那其实
It's funny to see that they had some of these like very basic problems. If any of you guys have ever done any like modding to games, you can still experience things like that in like games like Skyrim and stuff. So it's interesting to see that even like these big time like game developers and stuff still experience those like low level bugs.
那除了这2点之外还有一点就是团队中的大家其实都是货真价实的游戏爱好者，
骨灰级玩家。
对，然后他们对自己参与的《原神》这款游戏也有着非常深厚的
Coach, yeah, I think they're definitely overworking themselves. Their hours are probably crazy to keep up the pacing that they have. But fortunately, they do have hundreds of people they said in the development team, so hopefully they can at least delegate the work out, so it's divided enough to where they're not like running ragged. Hopefully.
游戏制作团队中的一员，无论你负责的是哪部分的工作内容，那首先只有你热爱游戏，你热爱玩游戏。和玩家们一起并肩前行，才能从最真实的玩家视角出发来审视这样一个游戏，带来更好的游戏内容和体验。
那接下来我们还是回到大家都在关心的盗七地区吧。盗七在制作中跟前2个世界区的情况相比，会有
Excited about Inazuma is an understatement there, bud.
会有的。那盗七它其实是继蒙德和璃月之后呢，
Third
第3
large
块
scale region
者们开放的一个大型的一个世界区域啊。
对。
那在盗七的整个制作过程当中，其实整个团队它是面临了一个非常非常巨大的一个来自2方面的一个挑战。其实一方面是上线之后的一个内容产出的节奏问题，因为大家已经在游玩的、已经上线的蒙德和璃月的区域。我们其实是花费了很多时间去继续耕耘这些大面积的地块。
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, they're talking about still expanding on Mondstadt and Liyue. We do still have the chasm to explore as well, so that's something we still haven't seen. I was kind of expecting we'd see chasm before we'd see Inazuma, so this is surprising to me.
然后另一方面呢，我们还要在开放盗七新区域这样的一个关键节点上，
Andy is scared of open doors. If only you could climb in Skyrim. I know. I've loaded Skyrim maybe twice since Genshin Impact released, and both times I tried to climb something and was immediately sad. Just immediately sad. It's also sad as I've done it a few times in BDO, which I play more frequently, but still not that much. Genshin's pretty much ruined me on all other games these days. I always try to run at stuff and try to climb it. Or glide down from things without thinking, and then you just die.
对，那我们也将去根据这样的一个主题，从玩法层面上优化一下游戏内容的这样一个设计思路，然后对其进行一个统一的呈现。 那到期的相关的区域制作跟在此之上的很多，比如
bugs can come out of nowhere when the problem is you misspelled a function. Yeah, that makes sense
非常
too.
非常早。那团队中的一部分同学，他们在到期的内容跟玩家见面之前，已经在到期的相应版本开发中努力了非常非常久。那其实比起类似的，都有新探索区域的版本啊，比如说已经开放的1.2版本的。
Oh, it's neat to kind of get a good look at their development kit, working on some Dragonspine stuff there. That was pretty cool.
是更高的，所以它相关的工作，其实也是更耗费精力的。那针对内容的整体性，我们对到期区域想要表达的内容，其实做了一些
Okay, so these look like those something similar to those the little geo
那这些关键词呢，会延伸出一系列
like
的
lantern things that are all over Leo, where you would
最终他们又
like
会去
strike
收
one
敛到
and
这些
it
核
would
心概念之
follow
下
you around until you
例
take
如
it back
谈
to
到
the
能量
pedestal.
我们有更多的一些关卡玩法跟战斗机制，在元素能
Okay,
量这
oh,
个概念上。
wow, okay, so we're gonna have a lot more new types of puzzles. That's pretty cool.
那谈到雷元素，在感电、超导这些已经存在的
I definitely want to see more of what's going on with Electro Traveler. They're on him here in this footage. Oh, there's the Inazuma wings. Oh, those look great. Those do look cool.
同时，我们其实是吸取了在
I'm definitely going to be
之
using
前的一些
those
设计的经验，
on
摒弃了一部分
a
需要
bunch of
玩
my
家去
characters for
比
sure.
如说强行使用某些特定角色或者特定的元素才能完成的挑战。对，我们现在的做法是将这些设计
Peter Mechanicus, yeah, that was quite some time ago. It wasn't before I got my cheat sheet, yeah.
就可以完成的一些机关。那在此基础上呢，我们也去尝试通过一些玩法，大幅的去改变玩家在这个地区的一个探索体验。也是希望能够通过这些
Yeah, the chasm could be
让
gateway to
玩家
Sumeru.
在到期
That's
地区
possible.
可以收获新的乐趣。
听到这里啊，我自己都非常想早点去到期地区逛一逛了。
是的，那到期地区也恭候各位
Yeah,
旅行者
yeah,
多
for
时
sure.
了。
Inazuma has been waiting us
非
for a
常高
long
兴今
time.
天可以在这里跟大家一口气分享这么多的想法啊。那其实作为战斗设计，我们也会一如既往的为玩家们提供更加有趣、高质量的游戏体验。那稍后呢，也会有更多的制作人员来详细的给大家介绍有关到期的内容。还请大家持续的关
Seems
注
like they've got a lot for us in this stream. I don't know how many of you guys have already watched this. I assume plenty of you have. Oh, okay. Yeah, I did see that they announced this fan art contest. I'm always a big fan of fan art. That was a terribly crafted sentence. Welcome to my brain. Yeah, I'm always a fan of this kind of stuff in general, which is really great. And we have a thread over on my Discord server where everybody posts fan art and stuff there too. There's so many really, really great, fan artists out there. I'd love to actually use more fan art in my videos because there have been some really, really nice scenes created that, that are talked about in the extended lore of the game, but we don't actually get to see. And some people have done a really nice job recreating those.
也对两个地区各具特色的风土人情有所了解，而在海对岸到期的这片土地上，也有着独特的故事与风俗。
It's another interesting little background. It almost kind of seems like it would be, like a location within like the J Chamber or something, or maybe just a house in Liyue.
IP 团队的负责人小罗浩来给大家分享一些有关到期的内容。
各位旅行者，大家好，
share with us the
我是来自
Inazuma
IP 部
content.
门的小罗浩，很高兴呢能与
His
大家
name is
见面。
Xiao.
作为 IP 部门的负责人，我非常
I wonder if he gets a lot of
荣幸能
Xiao
在今天
jokes.
这样一个场合下
Probably.
与大家聊一聊到期这个新地区的一些有趣的设定。
说到这一点啊，我知道有不少玩家对我们游戏的世界观设定做过。
No, a lot of our players have done in-depth study of our game's
我
lore.
个人也很喜欢看大家对于提瓦特大陆所做的考据。我们团队的大家在创作过程中构思了很多内容，这些都会成为埋藏在游戏各处的线索。
Hidden
那我们的
clues.
玩
I
家
like
去
hidden
寻找去
clues.
发现这些线索并解读它们，就是在于我们进行一种怎么说呢，就跨越时间和空间的交流，这就会让我们这些创作者获得一种很由衷的喜悦感。
没错，玩家朋友们的热情与关注。
It's kind of cool to hear what the developers think about, people out there like putting all these pieces together, and then hearing what everybody thinks about it is like really, really interesting and enjoyable for them. That's pretty cool. I like that as a creator who's dedicated, a lot of time to exploring the lore of this game. It's nice to hear that that they're kind of aware of what some of us are out there doing.
也有一间类似的茶室，整体的风格比较优质，比较幽静。 我们给它取的名字叫木漏茶室。木漏其实是穿过夜隙的光的意思。不过跟我们现在所处的氛围不太一样的是，木漏茶室它是一处隐蔽的场所，只有预约过的特别来宾才能进入。而且茶室的老板是一只包着头巾的柴犬，有个很可爱的名字叫太郎丸。
柴犬老板，这个很有意思啊！不是人，而是一只这个柴犬来。
I am completely blanking.
那沟通上应该会
on the counter.
那作为客人呢，那旅行者喝完茶之后，需要把自己的钱放到一个小箱子里面吗？
是的，而且这个茶室还有一些比较特别的地方，比如说传说啊，所有的店员都跟太郎丸签订了某种
some kind of unspeakable contract with the I can't say that word. I'm not gonna try.
打工啊，这个也和想象中不太一样啊。那个柴犬老板听起来非常有手段的角色啊。那像我的话，听完就会觉得这些说法好像跟都市传说一样，感觉稻期是个很神奇的地方。
从都市传说的角度上来说，稻期确实和旅行者较为熟知的前2个区域不太一样。不过木漏茶室只是稻期城里一个比较小的场景，除此之外呢，稻期境内还有很多比较宏伟、比较大的布设。
The actual city in Inazuma is beautiful. What little we've seen of it looks amazing.
希望旅行者能够在冒险的过程中不断
I really like all of like the sharp gold details all over it.
各种故事和细节。
And gold and purple is a really nice combination in general, so it's a nice touch. I really like that. I really like all the different colored trees is really nice too. All the high contrast and just like a generally very vibrant environment.
我们既希望保留稻期这一个称呼所代表的地区统一性，又希望各自独立的岛屿，因为它有6个不同的岛构成，能够带来与 之前就是我们旅行所经历过的璃月。
Of course, we just got the archipelago, you know, 4 or 5 weeks ago, and that was really nice to explore. But this is going to be different, you know, a whole new region. Oh man.
关于整体性这一点，可能展开的话会有些长。那我们就要从稻期的底层设定说起了。
Just stop for some tea. I'm just noticing all the paimons on the table.
众所周知啊，稻期是由雷神统治的国度。那雷元素的一大象征是大家可能比较熟悉的事物，是闪电，就是一瞬即逝。闪电它往往代表着就是须臾瞬间，可是我们雷神在故事里追求的理念却是永恒。那么发生了什么让雷神的想法从须臾变成了永恒呢？那这种理念变恒背后的深意是什么？ 这些矛盾和碰撞，正是我们想要在剧情中去传递给大家的。我们也非常希望呢，就是这种内核上的探讨能够具有比较强的延展性，然后能带动我们玩家在游玩的过程当中去可能获得体验的同时呢。
No, I mean they're absolutely right. You know, writing a story that gives you reason to stop and think all throughout. That's amazing. Problem is, you know, a lot of movies try and do that stuff and then just leave unexplored plot holes later, or they edit out stuff. They really haven't been doing that here.
就比如说，驱动他追求永恒的契机是什么？一定发生了什么让他产生这个想法？那
yeah, what happened to make her pursue this goal is very interesting, and I'm sure it's all tied into the Vision Hunt decree. It's pretty much something I've been wondering about since we first found out about it.
然后神的追求与人的追求是否会
What is her motivation?
就等等。那么在实际制作的过程当中，这些所有的问题、这些思考，一旦汇聚到关于各种游戏内的细节的刻画上，就转化成了我们整个孕育出我们整个稻期文化内容的培养土。那么在做各个岛屿的设定的时候，我们都会考虑这些点，去投放有关神明的追求、有关神的眷属，以及有关人民留下的刻痕。 然后用这种以小见大，就
I love how much time they really do take it to craft everything. Like there's, you know, obviously every game's gonna have reused assets, but I really don't feel like they reuse that much stuff in Genshin Impact. At least not in terms of like interior buildings and, or you know, like city buildings and stuff like that. They don't really reuse a whole lot of stuff. Hey Vinyas.
也就是说，
Welcome to the series. Thank you.
理念就像这个脉络一样，贯穿在整个地区的设计中，但这个细节各有不同。然后从这里面呢，能够看出整个稻期各个群体的这个动向与动机。
是的，以上我刚才说的这些只是一个比较基本的一个思路构建过程嘛。具体的设计的话，我们会从大概3个入手点去着手，一个是历史，第2个是人文，第3个是地理。 那从历史上来说，也就是稻期地区它曾经发生过什么样的事件？那相信不少玩家朋友也都关注到提瓦特大陆上发生过一场旷日持久的魔神战争。我们很多故事都是衍生着魔神战争发生的。然后还有包括之后所产生的一个悲剧叫坎瑞亚灾变的前后始末。那很多战争和争斗导致了失去，从失去的这种悲苦之中又催生出了一些执着。那神的理念与人文精神也多少受到这些重大历史的转折点的影响。那在创作期间，我们也做了不少对现实世界的考据用以参考。比如说，我们参考并化用了一个叫做奉行的制度。在稻期奉行，我们基本上可以简单理解成专门负责管理某方面事务的重要人物。那稻期目前有3所最显赫的奉行，他们分别是9条家所带领的天领奉行，负责管理一些治安和军事，执行演授令。中家所带领的
I just talked about those in the video I released today. If you guys haven't watched that, you should.
公行的事务，以及最后第3户就是神理家。神理家所带领的摄奉行，他们负责管理
Okay, yeah, I did read about that one. I actually originally had written some stuff in about the other commission and the Shiro commission. I do believe I'm probably saying that wrong. I do believe is the name of the resistance that Kamisato Ayaka is part of. So the Tri-Commission, 1/3 of it is not affiliated with BAL anymore.
然后在这个紫色的基础上，为之后的设计去打下基础。然后到期会有一个比较有特色的地方，这也是其他设计部门和
Love all the like electrified trees in Inazuma.
包含更多的雷元素，有更多的雷元素采集物
I wonder if you know if any of those trees are sitting in or near water, if we'll get electrocuted by them.
的植被、树木以及顺应环境而生的特殊的采集物。比如说我们蒙德有蒲公英，有风车菊。
Oh yeah.
对，尼月有琉璃百合，有霓裳花。对，稻期有独属于自己对应自己人文和地理的特色代表物。然后我们设计了一个叫做鸣草，一个叫做飞鹰绣球。那通过这种比较好看的植物吧，然后融入到各种雷元素主题的收集和解密当中。那雷元素就可以说是我们稻期地理设计的一个地盘了。
I appreciate it, Vinyas.
然后再进一步结合我们之前所说的
I
稻期
will
的
endeavor
核心
to
历史事件
continue.
我们又拓展出了一些比较符合就是设计规律的地貌构思和人文景点。就比如说我们有一座和天狗传说有关的
I fully subscribed and didn't get the notice.
然后我们有一个供奉着一棵很大的树，狐狸大树。
Unless you're talking about like
然后有
if
一个
you
和野恋
joined as a
刀剑有
member
关
or
的
something
叫做
and
踏贝沙，以及
didn't get a
雷神
notice.
一刀劈开的
But I don't think so because your name's
就
not
通过
green.
这些区域设定，就是从
Well, thank you for
之前所
subscribing.
说的就是历史、地理和
If you did that recently.
人文设计衍生而来的。那么地形和景观也是我们原神的故事的一大载体。通过与环境结合，我们才能更好的把神与人的故事放到这个世界当中，然后借着各种场景、关卡以及各方面的文本，给大家尽量吧去给大家带来更加立体的游戏体验。
可以挑几个给我们介绍介绍吗？比如冥神大社，就我对里面
Okay, so they're gonna talk a little bit about some of the new locations.
神鹰
I like it.
神鹰树的话，它的就是基础的设定来自于一种叫做神离信仰、神木信仰的东西。它
Oh, there's going to be so much to unpack in Inazuma. It's going to add so much to the
我
lore.
们其实可以进一步的聊一下。
I already have such a hard time deciding what new
它的
lore
参考源
concepts that I want to
并
talk
并不
about
只有因素
for new
而是一
content,
种叫做
and
谗养
all of
的
this
植
is
物
going to make
这
that
个植物还挺
even
有
more
意思的
difficult.
就是它们位于地
Of
下
course, now I've got the whole new series
的
again that I
看起来
started today
也
as
许
well,
外
where
外
I'll
表上
be
看它是
breaking
大
down
元
all
素
the major
实际
quests
上它
and
只是
kind
一
of
棵树
talking
从严
about
格意义上来说就是
the references to
比较有意
other
思其实我们的
in-game
神鹰有很
aspects and
多的
other
那这种
areas of
自然
lore
存在的
throughout the
特殊
world
生
of
态有关
Teyvat.
游戏
So
当中再配合
I will
玩家
be
实际
continuing to
在
do
进行
that
游玩
as
探索
well
的时候的一些
once all these
体验就会
quests
成为
arrive.
比较有特色又有实感的表现。
Yeah, these new environments
聊到了
amazing.
神鹰树，聊到冥神大社，可能就不得不提到2位角色、2位人物，雷电将军和8重神子。那他们2位都是我们在到期极为
Zafreen
重要的
next
角
patch
色
is going to be rough for rollers, no reruns, all new characters. Yeah, I think there's going to be, you know, obviously some new characters for a little while. I suspect we'll probably still see some reroll characters at some point or another. We still have yet to have a reroll for Albedo or Ganyu.
暂时不聊那个将军住所天守阁的话，到期有一道地理奇观叫做无响刃峡间。我们觉得这个地点就很有代表性，很代表雷电将军。
I'm gonna have the worst time figuring out how to say all these names.
雷电将军曾在这里对上
It'll take a while, but I'll get there.
的一条大蛇。为了斩杀对手呢，将军挥出雷霆万钧的一刀。由于威力太过强大，不光大蛇被当场斩断， 那整座岛屿也被连着劈成两半。
interesting.
就如今就是大家到巴运岛上还能看到，就上面有大蛇的遗骨，以及岛屿像被刀锋整齐的切开了一样。就
It's actually a really cool concept for an island.
就是在游戏里是
The whole island was like a giant serpent, and she went to, I guess, kill the serpent and cut the entire island in half. That's awesome.
催生出了一种叫做岁神的事物，因此到期地区呢也衍生出了能够镇压岁神或者利用岁神的一些迹象。I
really hope there's going to be a lot of new locations to grab crystal flies throughout Inazuma, because I'm always struggling to have enough crystal flies.
遗产吧的发掘可以这样说，以及踏贝
F
沙
in
的
chat if you
刀剑
also
生产
struggle to keep
那设
crystal
定层面
flies
上呢，之
for
所以
real.
把大蛇岁神与这种踏贝沙的冶炼相结合，也是源于就神话传说当中，就是大蛇与原始的炼铁有关的一些说法。
感觉到期的设计里埋藏了非常多值得挖掘的线索。
Nadal Shuri says Tectone wants to collab with me.
亲自踏上旅途，在探索的过程
Yeah, you know, somebody actually sent me a message not too long ago in one of the comments on one of my other videos saying that he had talked about wanting to do some sort of a collab. He hasn't reached out to me, but I'd probably be interested in doing that. Like, I know he's got to be busy. He's got so many more subscribers than I could ever dream of having right now. So, you know, like I don't want to take like secondhand talk from random people and then go start like bugging this guy. So, but he has shown me a little bit of love in the past, and I really do appreciate that he's done it, because he definitely doesn't have to. Oh, we're finally getting some nice breakdowns for Kamisato, a character who, you know, Kamisato Ayaka we haven't seen since CBT 1, which was almost 2 years ago.
If we've got nothing else to do, why don't I tell you
I
a
am
story?
really excited for Yoimiya. I like her animations. Oh, I like these, the little like fire chart. Oh, they shoot out at the target too. I wonder if it's going to be like a multi-charge situation, or if it's something that you build up. Oh, I like the animations. Those are really cool. Oh, she was just in the ball? Okay. Oh, did he? Was that something that he did today? I'll have to check on that, Millie. Thanks for the heads up, though. I don't know that I've noticed that, but I'll double check that after the stream. Yeah, I like all of these. These are going to be awesome. I think you know, I don't want to say that like my hype for Ayaka went away. It definitely hasn't, because I am really excited for that character. However, there is, I assume she's going to have a different role than a character like Eula. I don't really see myself like using a different cryo main damage dealer for a little while, because I like Eula so much. But Yoimiya I can definitely see putting to use for sure. A new pyro archer who's actually got, you know, a little bit more depth to her in terms of like how they've developed the character combatively. I think, you know, compared to Amber, should be really interesting. So that's something that I'm very excited to see more of as well. Okay, yeah, I definitely did just get a message from Tectone like directly, so that's awesome. I'll definitely respond to him after the stream and get into it with him. Awesome. Yeah, thanks for the heads up, guys.
那么结合我们刚刚说的那种善良仁厚的品质啊，那我想我能够理解为什么大家会喜爱它了。那么有种这种高贵又仁慈的感觉，很深。
Elegant, benevolent.
第一印
I
象
like it.
可能就是这样。不过随着我们剧情的推进啊，我们旅行者与林华交流的越多，或许就越能认识到林华可爱的一面。
The cute
虽然
side
她
of
是摄
Ayaka.
凤型的大小姐，平时她需要矜持优雅，但作为她这个年纪的女孩子，她也会有自己的一些烦恼、自己的诉求。当然呢，这些部分我们都已经
yeah,
制作完
I'd
毕了
imagine that Ayaka would have a lot of worries. She may or may not be in charge of the third portion of the Tri Commission.
那么神力虎似乎跟之前这种室内场景的风格大有不同啊。不过怎么有屏风啊？没见到我们的玲花大小姐啊。
毕竟是射缝型的。
Okay, so they're giving us some nice screenshots of the interior. It definitely has a lot of elements, even just from her color palette. If you look all over it, like all of the colors, the little like rope strings that are hanging down everywhere are the same as what are on her designs as well.
萧公吧，她也是三凤型之一，对吧？
不是哦。
India is scared of open doors. I won Kazuha 50-50, so that's amazing. Nice, congrats. I like it.
他是一位非常优秀的烟花专家。
They're talking about Yoimaya.
我感觉这种事物与到期追求的永恒一词离得很远。
是啊，但对萧公而言，烟花的美丽固然短暂，但隐藏在烟花背后的人们的愿望，与之相关联的人们的寄托和情感，这些都是很弥足珍贵的事物。能在烟花消散之后呢，仍旧停留于人们的心中。萧公他是一个非常有创造力的人，作为行家。烟花对他来说既是工作也是爱好，所以说他会倾尽全力的去制作出符合大家愿望的产品。烟花表演的效果也都是由他亲自把握，可以说只有他这样独具匠心又认真负责的人，才能带来就连雷电将军也认可的烟花演出。
Fireworks show that even the Raiden Shogun would be.
就像孩子王一样，和孩子们玩在一起。同时，他也是一个很有人情味、喜欢聊天的人。他跟到期就各个地方的人相处的都很好。
那外显的这个性格啊，活泼热情，其实也是一位内心心思细腻的人啊。
是的。
那么这样的一位这种烟花专家也会在我们的这个主线中登场吗？
对，萧公在主线
Nice. Okay, so she is going to be part of the main story, not just a character that comes in for a side quest.
有比较精彩的表现。
那很期待他活跃的身姿啊。
I mean, so we saw in that one trailer that it looks like there's going to be some pretty large-scale battles. So if she's part of that, we may be seeing more like combat-related scenes during the story. And they've really started to kind of step those up as of like 1.1, because we didn't really get that many like high action scenes in the original like 1.0 story. Some like little things, of course, like the interaction with Storm Terror and stuff, but not a whole lot of other action scenes in the original 1.0 patch. In 1.1, obviously they had the battle with Osaya, which was huge, and that was amazing. And then there was a little bit of a gap until I think 1.4, where we got, the We Will Be Reunited questline, and there was the whole awesome fight between the Traveler and the Abyss Herald and Dainsliff as well. So that was also really, really cool. Best build for Electro Traveler. I hate farming. Thundering Fury. Yoimiya, got it. Appreciate you, Tristan.
这种反差感很可爱啊。那说到这里啊，可以再聊聊到期角色创作方面的。
I'll try to keep that in mind.
到期是一个风格化很强的区块，我们也希望角色能让玩家，就我们的玩家觉得新鲜、特别又有趣吧。那趣味这个词在到期的角色设计语言中被进一步的强化。
Sayu seems interesting. I'm sure that her character personality is probably well developed. But seeing as how we just got Kazuha, it's a little bit harder for me to get excited combatively for a 4-star animo character right now.
可以说这3个词代表了我们整个到期角色的一些设计。
But she does look interesting. The whole like ball mechanic and all that stuff does seem really cool.
去体验了。那么刚才我所聊到的一切设计都是从
I am actually going to have to finally level and start building Traveler, but I'm going to probably level it first and then build the Electro Traveler, as it's the only one that I actually haven't played. I played the other variants of the Traveler in older betas, but not since release. My Traveler's only level 40. The ER set will be play of the game for Electro MC. Interesting.
使这种差异化的结果成为一个比较显著的一个表现的要素吧。
从我们
Sucrose has a friend now, a fellow 4-star animo character. Yeah.
是很有特色的。不过我其实还一直惦记着之前提到这个雷电将军啊。
Yeah, I think everybody's really curious about the Raiden Shogun.
那么到期的雷神
Let's talk about Bao,
城市七执阵中啊第一位与玩家打照面的女性神。
First female Archon, yeah, he's right. I hadn't really thought about that. Yeah.
玩家们就能与这位雷神有更多可能更细致的接触。在这一次我们即将更新的2.0版本， 魔神任务的第2章第1幕不动明神恒长乐土和第2幕无念无想泡影断灭
Act 2 Stillness, the Sublimation of Shadow, or was that Sublimation of Shadow?
也一并开放。
I'll have to go back and look at that
旅
later.
行者们会喜欢这几位人物，和他们一起共度一段难忘的时光吧。
我个人也特别期待能够在到期的剧情中和他们见面。
I think it might have been Sublimation.
我听说我们今天的这个 IP 同学还给大家准备了一份小惊喜，那现在是不是到了揭晓的时候了？
就趁今天这个难得的机会吧。
Just an interesting word choice. I do believe
大家稍作展示一下
like sublimation or sublimation. I think it was whichever one. I think that's like when like States of Mass skip one goes straight from like ice to gas or vice versa.
的角色剧情中呢，他会是整个道期的核心关键所在。这位很强大的神明，他与各位旅行者的碰撞，会是我们整个故事刻画的重点。那雷神所追逐的
she has something kind of akin to a vision on her.
究竟为何而战？这一切的答案呢，就会隐藏在各位玩家这次的旅途之中。我们看这一位承担角色叫做托马，他是一位比较特别的角色。
He kind of reminds me a little bit of Child. I don't know why.
他的身份呢，自然也会有一点点自己的神秘。他是一位从定位上来说，他是一位善于察言观色的一位比较成熟的伙伴。目前担任着神里家的副手，与神里兄妹都有一定的渊源。
Warpaint unicorns. How many archons are female? At least 3. We don't know the rest. Yeah.
奉行的将领
General of the Tanyu Commission.
他是一位天狗，他拥有像乌鸦一样漆黑的翅膀。
His wings as
即使在
dark.
这种
What? She has
强者领域
wings?
的3奉行当中，也是一位非常惹眼的
Very
角色。
prominent
他
character.
忠于雷电将军，也忠于自己的
Loyal to Raiden Shogun and her duty. That she was the one that was in the cutscene as
这
well.
位看着软乎乎的少女叫做珊瑚宫星
I
她虽然
okay
外表
Kokomi. I can say that part.
是珊瑚宫反抗势力的领袖。
Say
他是一位
Sango.
足智多谋的军
It
师
keeps going by too fast. I
脸
can't.
上他总是带着一副很甜静的笑容，但实际上他就是谈笑间
New
就把所有的事物都安排得井井有条的一个
Catalyst characters.
类型
So
这样的类型
those of you who have
这
been
一位
around
就
the
相信大家
streams or
一
in the
眼就
channel
看
for a
到
while
头
know
上
that
的瘦
Hydro
很
Catalyst
惹眼
characters
他是
are
他名字叫
probably my favorite
他外
overall
表像是
category
少女
of like
但他
Hydro
却是
mages.
珊瑚宫
Water
势力的
mages are
大
one of my
将
favorite
在
things
战
ever.
场
Have
上
been
他独
for
当
most of
一
my
面
life.
这种
So
越战越勇的这种角
really
色
excited to
关键时
see
刻非常
another
出色
Hydro. Like
那
she looks like she's a
最后
Hydro
一位就
catalyst.
是
A
在
little
之
weird
前的
that
版
they've
本
chosen to
前瞻
already
特别
release
节目
another
中
Hydro
就
catalyst
和
when
大家
we
见过面
don't
的
have
八
like a
他
Hydro
是
Claymore
执掌明神大社的
at all
公
yet,
司
and this will be the
外表
third
优雅
Hydro
美丽，实际
catalyst.
上
That's
是一位
interesting.
聪慧狡黠，是一位不能用寻常道理来揣测的女性。她做事呢有自己的原则和手法，剧情中她也会与旅行者多次见面。
Interesting.
那到那个时候又会有怎样的
So
故事
Miko is a
展开呢
character that I'm also really interested in
还请玩
because
家
she
自己到游戏当中去
there's
体
just
验。
something about
我们
her
那个
that's
所有的一个新
different.
角色就这样展示。
Like she kind of
真的
almost
没有
gives off like
其实我们
like the aura of
也
of an
一直在
archon,
关
you
注
know,
玩
like
家
she
设
has
计的
she's a
口碑。
very
这次
ornate
快速
looking
展示
character.
只能表达
She kind of
我
almost
制作
gives me
组
the
对
kind of
玩
vibe
家
that
的
Zhang
感
Li
谢
did
心
before
情
we
的一小
knew
部
that
分
he was Rex
真的是
Lopus.
非常非常感激大家一路以来对我们的支持和厚爱。我们也时刻记得我们团队的使命，是我们玩家
Breezy
制作
J,
出
oh
更
man,
好
I was
更优
hoping
秀
that
的
she wasn't a Catalyst
作品，
user.
然
I
后
don't
让
like
每一
Catalyst
位
users,
角
but I
色
like her
每一
design.
段
I mean, I
故
don't
事
know
都
that she's a
能更
Catalyst
加出
user,
色地去
but from
体现在
if I
我
had
们
to
玩家的
look at her
面
and be
前。
like, what kind of character she
那
is,
在这
she
里呢，
looks
我
like a
们也
Catalyst
衷心地
user.
祝愿
She's
我们的玩
she's
家吧，就在道奇地区呢拥
kind
有一
of
段值得
decorated
铭记的旅
in
途。
a theme that definitely makes me think she's more than likely a mage. Oh, new code, sweet. So let's get back into the chat here while I'm entering this code. So somebody said that Miko is apparently a friend of Zhang Li's. Yeah, I think there's been a little something about that going around since she appeared in, I think, the 1.5 version stream a while back, where they were giving us kind of like the first look at the game. So, or at Inazuma. Okay, I definitely typed that in wrong. Mark Nielsen, thank you. Happy to have caught the stream. TH, as always, you're awesome. Everyone, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you, Mark. I really do appreciate it. I might have to turn that one over to my wife and see if we can get her a gene finally. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, let me fix this because I totally typed the code in wrong.
欢迎大家回到今天的
I
版
missed it.
特
All
别
right,
节目。
so
我们已经从前面
I'll have to come back and try to enter it later. I messed that one up. I got distracted.
和地区设定。
But thank you, Mark.
那么在游
Seriously,
戏
thank you.
中，我们又是如何把这些想法通过视觉艺术的表现手法，制作成大家可以充分探索的场景呢？那么接下来请到的就是我们场景制作团队的美术同学 Cici。
旅行者们好，我是负责到期
Okay,
地
so
图的
this is like
Cici，
the
特别高兴受
environmental
到
art.
大
Okay.
哥的邀请，来到今天的节目现场，为大家
Nikki Morton, welcome to the Adventurers Guild. Thanks for joining.
设计理念。
We need a Hydro Claymore user. Vinya's bot. I'm really hoping that Dainsleif is going to end up being a Hydro Claymore character. But we'll see. I mean, he could end up being his own thing. He could even be a character who doesn't even command an element. Who knows? They could really do anything they want.
那可能比较用简单的语言来概括，但总体上来讲，我们这次
Fresh 1000 also. Thank you for joining the Sealies. Welcome.
古奇润一郎的一句话来描述，就是美不存在于物体当中，而是存在在物体与物体产生的阴翳的波纹和明暗之中。就古奇润一郎他所描述的这种使事物隐藏在隐约而模糊的光线之中，从而让想象去增强美感的这种手法，是日本和西方空间设计最不同的地方。如果说西方设计是将事无巨细的表达完整，那日本所追求的闲寂、幽玄、静谧等词，则是在表达一种气氛。而这种气氛会一直贯穿在到期地图的体验当
I
中。
love how much thought they really do put into world crafting in this game, and it's really one of the things that drew me to Genshin Impact in the first place.
所以到期的天气也会区别于蒙德和璃月天朗气清的感觉。到期的地形为海上群岛，旅行者
Honey, I send my luck to your wife, PH. May she get that Jean to come home. Yeah, she's always saying that Jean, come home. She says it a lot.
风吹走了。那和我们试图想要在空间和视觉上，营造这种明暗交错的光影变化，去传达给玩家这种情绪上的东西。同时，到期它又是一个深受雷元素影响的地区，所以在视觉表现上势必也会具备一些与众不同的特点。在雷元素和海岛这两个大的设定背景下，到期的风貌它和生态它都是建立在海岛的地质形态上去做推演的。在这样地图上，
I'm really looking forward to more Traveler being badass scene. If they canonically beat an Archon in a 1v1, then that's really going to start turning heads. Yeah, that's true. That is something that we haven't seen the Traveler go at odds really with one of the Archons yet at all, have we? So for the most part, we've just been friendly with them.
独特的地质结构，它的纹理都是横向生长的，而且有一些海上的小岛，甚至就像是横着插进了水面当中，就非常的不稳定，跟我们想要表达的雷元素对地形的影响的感觉是非常相似的。于是循着这个锚点，我们将横纹的语言进行了提炼，并且重构，把这些
horizontal grains. Okay, yeah, I mean that's definitely very different from the art style of Mondstadt and Leo so far, for sure, which are a lot like flatter, and the rock patterns seem a lot more vertical in nature.
是通过这种方式表现出来的吗？
Interesting.
是的，但是同时我们也遇到了一个很大的挑战，就是如何在不破坏原有的自然生态的情况下，让玩家能够有更大的探索空间去
I send luck to all those that are going to pull for the Inazuma characters, because Genshin ain't on the Switch yet. Yeah, I know. It's still not on the Switch. And continuing to not release a Switch Pro is disappointing to say the least, and probably isn't helping them get Genshin on the Switch. So, yeah. I suspect because the Switch is really not even as powerful as most phones are now, that's probably a big part of the reason why they haven't been able to get it to the Switch yet.
还有策划同学的鼓励和肯定以后，我们就开始了漫长的挖洞之旅。我们把雷元素影响产生了异变的神罂树根系缠绕在鸟居上面，用特殊造型的发着光的紫色灌木去照亮这些黑暗的洞穴。
I love all the use of atmospheric purples in Inazuma. Anybody who's watched any of my most recent streams, like I've got a lot of atmospheric purples in this room, and it's a color that I tend to use for a lot of things.
从守护之森隐蔽的小洞找到这些暗藏在平凡事物之下的
Yeah, all of these environments are awesome.
然后这里到处都会弥漫着一股
Lots of dramatic lighting and vibrant colors. These are great.
安静、美好、 的画面形成了巨大
I'm
的
really
视觉
looking
屏障
forward to like
然后
tearing
到
open
此还有
every
一个非
corner
常具有
of
奇幻色彩的
Inazuma
点
with
是
all
首
haste.
咖啡沙。这个地方它是一个大型的人文历史跟自然风光相结合的地方。刚才 AB 同学也提到了，雷电将军跟大蛇战斗了以后，然后他留下的碎神残渣就是被封锁在这个岛上的。然后以残渣为核心的能量，它会将周
Oh, I
围
like
的
this
山
this
石整
top-down
个
angle is really nice
在
too.
画面中心形成了一
Of
个
course, they
巨
can
大
get
的视
angles
觉
that
中
we
心
as the
点。
player
而
would
道
never
西
get, but these
最
are
大的
great.
冶炼设施运影无间，便位于此
The only
处。
reason we can get
然
some
后为了
decent
进一步
angles
强
on
化这个
Mondstadt
能
and
量
Liyue
的
is just
视觉
because of
表现，
Dragonspine.
就
Allows
像
us to get so much higher
周
than
围
the
的仙女
surrounding
站到
areas.
全部向中间聚拢的方式，去跟中
Probably
间
won't
的
have that
旅行
luxury
做了
within
一个
Inazuma.
呼应跟衔接，然后又把内部的空间晕染成了紫色，在环境当中增加了飞沙走石和忽明忽暗的闪电的特效，尽可能的去表现这种危险感跟神秘感。然后这里它也是一个大型的大世界的主题任务《踏贝物语》，有着很强的关联。然后就是在没有解锁这个相关的任务之前，这里的外部会笼罩着一个巨大的类似电波纹的能量罩，然后你稍微接近一点点，就会感受到内部强烈的能量的涌动。
那么说起来，场景里面的这些花花草草，它好像也跟之前的地区非常的不一
Yeah,
样。
all the flowers and plants seem like constantly, they're either glowing or electrified. They kind of give me like a like the planet Pandora in the movie Avatar kind of appearance, which you know was a little bit more popular to recreate in gaming like 10 years ago. These days you don't really see that really a whole lot anymore, and it's kind of neat to see that done again now. I'll be very interested to see what these areas look like at night. I think they're going to be like really atmospheric. People who like doing screenshots are probably really going to dig that. Like, and I've done a lot of screenshots in other games. I haven't done it that much in Genshin just because I've been so busy as a creator. But I can definitely see it becoming an area that I'll want to shoot a lot of interesting footage in as well. Especially for the Inazuma characters specifically, as I start to get into their character origins and stuff.
这个还真挺不容易回答的。大伟哥，你刚问我的时候，我其实脑海中已经有了一些画面了。比如飘渺的薄雾和风吹落的枫树叶，隐验着离岛的。
Oh, Ritu. Okay, this is where the trade port is, where all the refugees. Well, anybody who comes into Inazuma would go to. Presumably, refugees do not go through Ritu who are trying to leave Inazuma because they're not supposed to do that at all. Yeah, I like this. Like, when you see him at night, everything's just glowing. Is that like an electro Sealy, maybe? Maybe not. Oh, hey, look, an Electro Oculus. Nice. Okay, noted. One Electro Oculus on the top of that rock. Go.
穿过光线透过的回廊，坐在林华大小姐的茶室中，旅行者们可以透过半敞开的结构，看见绿枝掩映的平庭，而远处的稻妻城和天守阁在樱花的簇拥下若隐若现。阳光透过厚厚的云层，照在天守的房顶。
Sure, Chompy. Honestly thinking of starting a YouTube channel to make a video talking about science in Genshin. I study biochem at uni, so researching a bunch of plants would help. Yeah, that actually could be really, really interesting.
它比如有鲜明的异国特色的，它的地貌更奇的，色彩更梦幻的海奇岛，然后被横长的雷暴所覆盖的无比壮观的青睐岛，还有常年无人踏足的鹤怪。那里有凋零的枯枝和形似雷鸟羽毛的植被无处不在，以及在道西海平面之下最大的地下空间，那里有着更多更奇特的风貌的植物等着你去探险。作为场景的创作者，我们也在期待着新的领域、新的区域，将新鲜而有趣的体验带给所有的旅行者。
We're looking forward to creating more areas for us as well. I like it. The whole map of Inazuma is pretty ridiculous. I have to say, like it's just beautiful. It's far and away more impressive visually than I was expecting it to be. And for everything to be, like just so vibrant, is something I'm really excited about. I've always been partial to like very vibrant, rich environments, so that's pretty cool. Time to start memorizing names of everything again. Well, if you have any trouble with that, that's what I'm here for. Of course, I sometimes have trouble with that, but I try not to. Shimmering Voyage. Are we getting a new soundtrack? I like it. Version 1.0 commemorative OST available soon. Well, it'll depend on how many, featuring 68 remarkable tracks. Okay. Well, it depends on if any of these are tracks I don't already have. Well, if they have a whole bunch of tracks that I don't already have, then it'll be something I'll be interested in, because I try to get all of the soundtracks pretty much immediately whenever they come out, so that I can use them in videos. You honestly thought they were going to show Skarmosh? I mean, we don't know if he's actually going to be in this questline or not. I kind of think he will, but we're not sure yet. The Summer Island event will end and disappear at 2.0. You know, I kind of have my doubts that the Summer Island will actually disappear. They did say that all the chests and stuff are not going to come back. But, I mean, I mean, I suppose a lot of the enemies that were revealed in the Summer Island could be reintroduced in Inazuma, which would be how they get around us not having access to the materials that are in the Summer Island that we need to level characters such as Kazuha. So that could be how they get around that. All of the plants we need for him and the items that we need for him just could be items that are available within Inazuma. So I guess that would be the way that they could actually remove the islands and not negatively impact our ability to build that character. So yeah, I guess that would be the one way that they can get around that. Now that I'm thinking about it, the plants there do glow, like the ones that we gather for Kazuha, they glow. So like pretty much all the other plants there. I would legit love a lore video about the many plant real life origin from Genshin. To this day, I want to know what type of chili is Julia chili. Yeah, I have no idea. You didn't do the event, so you can't fight the Magu Kenki until 2.0. Oof. So I guess it is coming back then. So yeah, I guess they are shutting it down then.
不知道今天制作团队带来的内容分享，大家喜欢吗？
We did.
将我们的制作
What else you got for us?
与理念分享给大家。
I assume they're going to show us all of like the weapons and stuff, or at least like screenshots or something like they have in previous ones, or maybe like a little like GIF preview of everything. They've done it in every one of them. It seems like it would be almost a necessity for them to do it again.
我们 2.0 版本还有非常多的活动玩法与更新，就由我来为大家介绍一下吧。
Okay, yeah, so yeah, exactly what this is. Okay, so they're giving us a free beta. Oh, nice. So we're getting another opportunity to get some Sealy pets. And 2 of them are new colors, or at least one of them appear to be a new color. I like the Sealy Viola. That's probably going to be the one I'm going to get. I already have a Rose Sealy, and I've had that one since the first one. I think, you know, obviously the Rose, and I think the Kurkuma and the other one below it, whose name I didn't read fast enough, those were, I believe, the 3. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but the Viola one's definitely new. That's definitely going to be the one I'm going to go for. Seed dispensary? So are we going to... Okay, so we're going to have seeds, and then maybe make gatherable gardens in our... Okay. I assume these are actually going to grow and become gatherable for us. Remaining growth time 2 days. So, okay, so every 3 days, roughly. Interesting. 比如这些看上去似乎与遗迹守卫有着某种联系的异形机械，其名为遗迹机兵，仿佛是在形态上模仿了某种生物啊。它们各自有着不同的机能与战斗方式，或许会给旅行者们制造一定的麻烦。Interesting. Yeah, that's a really unusual enemy, isn't it? 在装扮上非常能体现到期 Inazuma human opponents. Makes sense. I assume we're going to be like getting stalked by those of the Vision Hunt decree as well. Interesting that these are just like, you know, wild enemies, you know, but they have elemental control. We'll find
比如
traces of the
这位
Fatui.
长进士
Oh, is this a Hydro
就是一位
Assistant? Oh, it
极
is
其
the
危险
Hydro
的
Assistant.
原众成员。
Oh, she looks
她的
awesome.
美丽和优雅让敌人也
Yeah,
为
she's
之
really
神
cool
迷
looking.
心甘情愿地坠入她的幻境。
System mages all have really cool designs, but hers is, I think, definitely far and away the coolest. Oh, a Pyro Hypostasis? Okay. Oh, I'm definitely here for this.
遗迹机关、横长机关阵列，以及 1.6 版本大家曾经见过的魔偶剑
As if regular
都
Ruin
将
Guards
正
weren't
式登
annoying
场
enough.
作为
Eh,
大
Ruin
家
Guards
可以
aren't so
重
bad.
复挑战的
They have
强大
high
的
physical
守怪物
resistance, but they're really
常驻
pretty
在
much
道
garbage
基地区的
against
固定
elemental
地点
damage.
当然，这些并非道基地区所有的新怪物，更多的相关内容，还请大家来到道基之后亲自去体验吧。
As for the teapot, I'm really hoping we're going to end up seeing more.
新角色也会出现在我们的活动
We
期
need
间。
road paths.
神里家的大小姐
We definitely need more
神里樱华
updates there.
将在
Okay, so we're gonna have
2.6版本的
Kamisato
第一期活动
Ayaka
起源中
first.
获得概率 up。
And then it looks like
而少宫和
Yoimiya
早柚
and
两位则
Seiyu
会出现在
later.
第二期的
The
活
second
动起源
character
中
event wish. Okay, so we're definitely getting Kamisato
同时
first. That's
我们
cool.
也制作了全
Okay,
新的
these are all
道奇风格的武
4-star
器
weapons.
当
These are pretty
旅行者
cool
们来到
looking. I
道奇
wonder if
后
any of these,
可以通过换装
I wonder what the
方式
catalyst
获
stats
取
will be.
5种类型的
I think
新
the
四星武器
swords are really, really
而
cool
五
looking.
星
I
单
really
手
do like
剑
those.
雾
And then
切
the
之
two
回光
5-star weapons
与
are
五星
really
弓
cool
飞
looking.
雷之弦阵
Mist
也
Splitter
将加入到
Reforged
新
and the
版本
5-star
的
bow
武器活
Thundering
动起源
Pulse will
中
be added to 2.0's
那么
event.
说到这
Okay,
里
those look
还有
really
一个
cool
好
too.
消息要带给大家，新的武器起源机制神柱定轨也将在 2.0 版
New
本
weapon
中
wish
实装。
system?
当
Okay.
旅行者对期望的5星 up 武
Have a
器
charted
进
course
行定
towards
轨
their
后，
chosen
在
weapon.
本期
So
武器活动
if
起
you
源
receive
中
a 5-star
获
weapon
取
in the
非定
weapon
轨的武
event
器
wish
时，则
that
可
is
获
not
得
the only
命
one
定
you
值。
chose, you will obtain
当命
fate
定值
points.
充满
Once you've
后，
accumulated
下一
enough
次
fate
在
points, the
武
next
器活动
5-star
起
weapon
源
you
中
receive from the
获
weapon
得5
event
星武器
wish will be
即
the
为
one
旅行
you
者
chose
所
through
定
the
轨的武
path.
器。
Okay, so
另外
that's actually really
新
cool.
的摄影
That means if you miss a
摄影
weapon, like for
路径
instance
同
me
样
with the
也会
friggin'
出现
Vortex
在道
Vanquisher
奇地区。
6 months
此次
ago,
2.0 版本中将
you
会
know,
更新
like
2套
if
圣
we'd
物
have had this system then, I could have continued building towards getting one of those, which would have been really nice. So if there's a weapon that you really have your hopes on, it sounds like even after the banner ends, you will still be able to get that. So that's
从而
pretty
自如
cool.
地应对不同
New
的
artifact
战斗场
sets,
合。
energy recharge. Oh,
还需要
okay.
补
Oh, I
充一点，
totally
为了改
was still
善
talking about the
使用
weapons and
体验
completely missed that.
我们还在
I might be able to
合
just.
成
I'm gonna
中
rewind that a little
将
bit.
会
I
更
want to
新
see those
2
again.
套
There's
圣
text
物
on the screen. Let me see if I can get this text off the screen so I can.
放的5
Okay.
星 up 武器
Here we go.
进行定轨后，
I definitely
在
need to
本
see
期
these
武器活
these
动
new
起源中
artifacts
获
really
取
quick.
非定轨的5星武器时，则可获得命定值。当命定值充满后，
All right, so
下
we
一
still got
次
about
在
5
武器
minutes
活动
left
起源
on the
中获得的
actual
5星武器，
stream
即为
here
旅行者
too.
所定轨的武器。另外，
Let me just turn off the captions. All right. So it's an energy recharge set. Increases elemental burst damage by 25% of energy recharge. A maximum of 75% bonus damage can be obtained this way. Interesting. So this is kind of building a... It's basically lending to a lot of the current Electro character kit's support abilities, which is really interesting. I don't know if this will necessarily be fantastic for characters like Fischl, just because, you know, her elemental burst... I mean, well, maybe it would be okay. It increases... well, no, that only increases the burst of the damage to that character, maybe not to other characters, so maybe it's not support intended. Maybe it's just intended for a character, an Electro character who you want to spam the elemental burst on. Maybe. So, okay, maybe this is actually more like an actual burst damage dealer set for an Electro character. That's actually what this seems more like to me. Interesting. Okay, so we'll kind of see how that progresses. And then the other set, okay, so it's another 18% attack set, like Gladiator for the 2-piece. So now that does mean like old, you know, like old days, we could potentially go with 2 18% attack bonuses if you're just trying to build straight damage and not necessarily lend into, you know, strengthened elemental damage or anything. Like a straight attack bonus will level everything evenly. So that might be one way you'll be able to go, unless, of course, they specifically tell us that we can't do that. When casting an elemental skill, if a character has 15 or more energy, they lose 15 energy, and normal charged plunging attack damage is increased by 50% for 10 seconds. So you'll basically be giving up energy towards your elemental burst and increasing your normal damage. That's very interesting. So it's actually not a elemental designed set. It's actually, I mean, it's based around you using elements, but it's not actually going to boost the damage of any specific element. It just increases the damage as a flat for no matter what you're using. So that's actually really interesting, but it comes at the cost of your elemental burst energy. So I'll be very interested to see how this set develops. That'll be really cool. The best set for Mona, TH? I'm not sure if I know which one you're talking about. But yeah, these are really interesting sets. As far as like the best set for Mona, I pretty much, I don't know. I mean, I guess this new set isn't necessarily, the Electro set isn't necessarily geared away from, you know, geared towards Electro only characters. It could be something you could use for a very, very Stellaris focused Mona. So maybe that's what you were talking about. Because it would definitely help her build her elemental burst. It's interesting now that you kind of look like those two artifact sets are opposed. One helps you build your elemental burst a lot more, and the other one literally does exactly the opposite of that to give you more normal damage. So that's kind of interesting. Oh, I gotta turn the captions back on. Oh, are they finally allowing PlayStation players to use... It will be released after the program. I missed a little bit of that. But it looks like you might be able to finally use PC or something. Maybe I might have missed some critical information there. But you might be able to actually share your account through mobile or something. Finally, because I know the PS4 users have not been able to do that yet. All right, let's see if I can get this code in without messing it up, huh? Because the last one I totally and completely missed, and I'm going to have to go find it elsewhere. Or unless somebody wants to be awesome and type it into chat so that I can catch it. That would be super, super helpful too. I feel like I'm messing these up. Like, what is happening right now? Okay, it's a 7, not a Z. Okay. I couldn't see it through one of the chat lines. All right, I got that one. And that's probably what happened on the last one too. But yeah, you can finally do that login event thing. Oh, is that what that is? It's not necessarily being able to share your accounts. I might have missed the detail on that. Maybe the attack percent set on Ganyu. I don't know. That one that increases attacks by taking the energy. Yeah, it could be interesting because you're not really that worried about Ganyu's elemental burst. So that's true. That's a good point. Thanks, guys, for punching that one in for me. I actually had already gotten it, but thank you. It's actually the one before that I actually messed up. It wasn't this one. It was the one before it. I'm gonna have to like rewind and go back and get it. Appreciate your first name, last name. Thank you. Hopes everybody will be here for 5 years, maybe more. Yeah. I'm not going anywhere. Oh, nice, another piano version of the themes. I like these. Support Amber might be a must with, or might be nuts with that ER set. Well, that just depends. You know, at a certain point, there's a little bit of a, I don't want to say diminished return, probably isn't the right word for that, but it might be, you know, one of those situations where, once you have enough energy recharge, you start to exceed the benefit that you can extract from it in terms of your elemental burst usage because you're recharging it before your cooldown is even up. So you kind of hit like a max level where you really can't benefit from it anymore. Thank you, Megalink Zero. I appreciate it. I did get that one in now, thanks to you. Thank you. I appreciate it. And Mark Nielsen, definitely not going anywhere. Appreciate your support too, Mark. Aether hit me with all 3 codes. I like it. Thank you. Yeah, these like new like live piano performance pieces that they did for this are really nice. You know, like I'm a, you know, kind of into, like I've always been into, like, you know, like the classical music that's made for you know, like the overall score of most games over like the last 25 years pretty much. And like to actually get to see somebody perform it live is actually really cool too. So they didn't have to do this. I like little touches like this. Like it's one of those things, like I can just like, you know, like Genshin Impact's their property, and they, you know, to do things like this, and like you can just tell that they love it, and that means a lot to me. And it's good as a consumer of their product to see that they really do care about it as well. All right, well that wrapped up the stream for their side, anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here too, because I've got to start working on my next main content entry as well. I'm hoping to have another video out by Tuesday, but it's going to really depend on how things go in terms of writing it tomorrow and really trying to progress it the way I want it to come together. So we'll see if I can actually make that happen, because I am going on, well, maybe going on vacation next week for a few days, because I've needed to really actually have like an actual like relaxing vacation for a little while. And we had one last weekend that was nice for the 4th of July holiday, and that was really nice. But this one is actually, like, I haven't seen some of my family in 2 years, so it should be a good time, so long as some news that we got today doesn't put that in jeopardy, but we'll see. Anyways, Megaleak Zero, thank you. Yeah, actually, let's get into a few questions before I take off. But what character am I most excited to get? Yoimiya, for sure. I think she's the one I'm most excited for. I am going to get Ayaka. There's no question about that. I have to get all the characters, and I will more than likely build her as well. But I'm a little less excited for Ayaka because I have Eula so well built out. You know, my Eula is just absolutely blasting everything I throw at her still. And so I really don't see any reason to replace her as a primary DPS. However, I do like cryo resonance with her at times, so I could see using her as a nice cryo resonance provider, and depending on what kind of other benefits that she brings to the table. I already can use Ganyu, I can use Chi-Chi, I can use Ganyu for that same purpose, or even Chongyun if I choose. But in general, I haven't used them quite as much as I thought I was going to, because I've been enjoying Anemo resonance in that team lately, ever since Kazuha arrived. So I've got some other things that I wanna kind of tie into that as well. Pendatru says, have fun on my vacation. Yeah, I mean, I'm mostly taking 4 days because I just need some time. But you know, if things don't end up happening, then I'm just going to be staying and working on content, which I'm kind of behind on anyways. So, and I've been trying to get caught back up on content production for a little while, and it's just been one of those things that has been rough for me to manage, because I've actually been getting even busier at work these days than I've really ever been, which is kind of painful at times as well. Zoe says, rewatch the trailer. You know what? Yeah, I'm definitely going to be rewatching the trailer. I don't think I'm going to rewatch it on the stream, but I'm definitely going to rewatch the trailer. Ayaka seems cool, but Yoimiya just seems better. Yeah, I mean, I could see why you would say that for sure. But I need well-built characters that aren't Cryo, Anemo, or Pyro. So yeah, I feel that. So yeah, there's a lot of characters that elements specifically that need to be fleshed out. Electro as an element really needs to be fleshed out, but I mean, I feel like we're going to be seeing at least 2 new Electro characters during this arc, so, or at least 2 from what it looks like, maybe 3. So we should be seeing, oh, actually 4 if you count the Traveler even. So we got a lot going on there. Really want Yoimiya, but I also want to get all the Archons. Yeah, so Bal's going to be, I'm sure, a must roll, but we'll see how all that works. Aether says, that Teyvat Historia, everyone that is new to Seely's Adventurers Guild, make sure you DM TH on Discord with a screenshot of proof of you joining so you can give you the roles on the Discord server. That does help. But I actually did recently set that up as an automated feature, so long as you have your account set up on Discord as well. So if you have your YouTube link to Discord and your Discord link to YouTube, then they will talk, and it will know that you've joined my specific Discord server as a member. So it should automatically give you that role. But if for any reason you don't automatically get that role and have access to the TH members channel, just let me know and I'll get it taken care of. But you do have to provide a screenshot for me so that I can know that you're, you know, somebody who did join intentionally, or that you're not trying to take somebody else's, that kind of thing. Not that I'm saying anybody would do that, and I haven't actually had anybody do that yet. But I'm hoping to keep it that way. Hard skip on Ayaka. Have Eula for 5-star cryo, and also need Sayu. Got spoiled. Yeah. I mean, I feel that. Like, you know, I'm kind of not. I don't want to say I'm not excited for Ayaka, because I do think that that character is really interesting, and I plan to build her. But it's you know, because I have Eula and like my Eula stats rolled like near God status, anyways. I'm just not. Like, I don't have the need for Ayaka, so I probably won't go deep into constellations for her or anything like that. I mean, for me, deep is usually 2 at most, but yeah, so we'll kind of see. Ayaka and Eula together will be play of the game. It's possible. We'll see kind of how all that ends up developing as well. You don't enjoy bow users as much? Okay. You know, I mean, I can see why you would say that. I mean, characters like Ganyu really change what you expect from bow characters, though, because like a lot of the other bow characters, when you use their primary shots, they don't do much damage. But Ganyu changed that. She's a character who you're meant to use the sniper feature as her primary damage option, which is really nice. So it kind of seems like with those charges that were around Yoimiya, she might also be that way. But we'll have to see when they give us an official, you know, like gameplay reveal for that character. All right. Anyways, I'll get into this one last question here. John Paul Sullivan says, "Do you think Skarmosh will be in there, or is he back at Snezhnaya?" I really hope he's going to be involved. He, you know, described himself as a vagrant from Inazuma. I feel like since the Fatui have diplomatic immunity within the land of Inazuma, he shouldn't be limited from traveling there, and he's originally from Inazuma anyway. There's some distant lore that may suggest a relationship between him and Bao as well. It's kind of shaky, not necessarily guaranteed. There's some other people who have drawn some kind of loosely knit theories saying that, you know, based on his appearance and Bao's, that they may actually be related, which could be interesting, like actually like family, like siblings or something. And if that's the case, he even could be some kind of immortal type being as well. And, you know, that would be supported by, you know, like Mona's immediate fear of him in the in the quest line early on, I think in 1.2. Back when, you know, she came into the main story as well. So we could, you know, we'll see how all that kind of works out. Anyways, I am going to get out of here for the evening, guys. Thanks again for joining the stream. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't liked the video yet, please do so. It really does help out the channel. If you haven't subscribed, that really helps out too. And as a final reminder, I did have a new video that released this morning. It's the first in a new series of videos that I'm doing, which will be quest breakdowns or quest line breakdowns, where I go over the details and references that I found as they relate to other quests in the game, what I think their lore significance is, what I think maybe the inspiration for that is in some cases, and where I think they may be going with the story, and, you know, kind of making mini theories as based on, you know, the supporting evidence that I've found, as opposed to the overarching larger theories that I generally make for mainline content on the channel. So if you have the time, please check out that video. I really would appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great night.